Hi folks, just finished assembling the plastic Russians from Perry. There's a 24-man battalion there, and I think I'll do another, well, a short video just going through a few things I've learnt about the different shakos, or the kiwas they're called. And yeah, I'll do that as maybe a 4-minute video or something like that. I've actually just put on the camera because I wanted to go through the post I've had. Somehow I've got 4 parcels here today. It's all happened at once. I think once I made my first order, I think I'd ordered these Perry Russians. The floodgates opened a little bit, and well, John, the gentleman that's been asking me to do some commissions for him, has been quite happy, I think. So he's sending me a few choice items to paint up. Some things that he just had lying around, but he's also made an order for some Cossacks. So I would imagine one of these parcels would contain something along those lines. So we've got the first parcel here, and as of course I've ordered things for myself as well, because, well, I've said the summer is at an end. I've done a fair amount of painting up what I have, and I've actually got a lot shifted and a lot sold off, you know, things I'm not wargaming with. The rain has come back here in Pembrokeshire. You'll have to excuse me from opening off camera, it's just a bit easier. Now this is something that I believe Andy Singleton on Facebook had said was really good. It's a matte varnish that is apparently dead matte, you know, it's really flat matte, as they say. Well, as I would imagine wargamers say. Ultra Varnish Matte from AK Interactive. What I'll do is, perhaps with the, well, I'll do it on some nice figures, maybe some metals, or I might throw it onto some figures I've already painted just to see the difference, you know. Yeah, I'm really interested about how that finishes, and you know, you can. What's interesting about that one is you could use it as a third third varnish almost. You know, say you've done metals, I'd always put a gloss and then a matte, and I'd usually leave it. But you could do a gloss and this then, just to bring it all the way down. Or you can even do, you know, 2 layers of matte. It's really up to you. You know, I'd recommend at least glossing and matting your metal miniatures, and then with plastics just straight to matte, I'd say. It's definitely a preference, but I seem to remember that the gloss sort of thing, it's dying out now, at least of leaving miniatures glossed. It's not an amazing finish, I must say, but it's also a sort of traditional way of finishing off figures, so maybe it'll stick around for a while. And the reason people did it is basically it's very good against preventing chipping, or at least that's what I've been led to understand. And oh, very exciting that I've caught this on camera. The first order from Perry Miniatures that I've ever made for metals. Ta-da! FN96. These numbers mean nothing until I've actually opened them, and FN95, you can see they're probably French Napoleonics there, FN. Another pack of 96, and I believe a third pack of 96. There we go. And I've seen, I tell a lie, I think I've got, not from Perry directly, but I have had old guard artillery from Perry before selling them on. It was at a time where I was going loopy, just buying things. I don't know why, I had just a phase of going a bit bonkers on eBay, and I had to sell those on, but I remember these nice boxes. I'll leave the other 2 parcels for the minute. I might have a book in there, I'm not sure. Another book. Might be another box of plastics that I've ordered. Well, as the FN96, we've got 3 of those. Tilt the camera down if it doesn't fall over there. And we'll try and open this up. That's the metal goodies. Wonder if any of you can already tell what they are. Very nice. These are actually, might have been sent the wrong order actually. Unless there's a mixed, oh no, I wouldn't imagine so. Perry usually very good. Not that I've had any experiences with them before, I just know that they're good. I ordered Old Guard, but this one's in a fatigue cap. I'd actually ordered them in bicorn, but I think he's just a variant rather than... I'm just confused why there's one in Shaco there then. Might just be... yeah, not sure about that. He looks like a Grenadier. The only stuff that I don't like in these packs is this horrible spongy stuff that they use to pack it with. Oh yeah, it's really horrible. Please switch to a bubble wrap Perry. I really hate this stuff. It gets caught in any flash and stuff. I'm sure it's cheap and cheerful, but there we are. Yeah, it's horrible because you can see the... just, I don't know if that shows up on camera, but it just holds on to the... no, something about that I really don't like. But yet again, I am quite a fussy person. What I don't understand is what these two are doing here. I have to go back into the pictures and see. They're not even... that Shaco now is the wrong period. That's barred in reforms. Might have had two wrong there. The best way to find out is to check out these other packs. But I definitely ordered bicorn, and there's two in there with 2 fatigue caps and 2 late Grenadier Shacos. So that, to me, that's very off. So I better, before I make a big fuss about it. And it seems to be the same in the other packs. You know, whether that is the contents of the pack, I'll have to go back and double check. But not what I was expecting. From the pictures for this pack, it was all bicorn, with command in bicorn as well. My intention was to do the Old Guard for Borodino marching in bicorn, because they're with bear skins. Like, surely they should be in bear skins if they're Old Guard. I might have ordered these mistakenly, and the number of the pack which I was looking for is wrong. So, as an example, this might be Grenadiers on the march in various headgear, and then bicorn is just, you know, a few guys that have held onto their bicorns. That's what it must be. But yeah, that's definitely not what I was after. Damn it! It's a bit of a... I'd go back through their site now and see whether I had... I don't know how I got that wrong. I'd lined them all up, and I would imagine it'd be the same. If 96 is going to be the same again. Yeah, it's unlikely that they would have put the wrong stuff in the packs. I've heard very good things about them. Double, you know, they are very nice. I might do, but if they're the wrong period, you know, that Shaco, I believe, is barred in reforms. I'm not interested in after 1812, really. I have to do my research. I'm just going to check this FN95. Sorry, this video is dragging along without much success. And those are very nice again. Yes, that's really odd. And I would expect the bear skins to be stored away as well. No, I've definitely got FN96 wrong. These are looking more like it. All in bicorn. Fatigue caps. But yeah, not the Old Guard, I don't believe. That looks right now. If this pack is correct, I must have got the other ones wrong. That's something I need to go back and have a look at, I think. I'll go through the sculpts again properly later, and of course you'll see them painted if I end up keeping them. I might chalk it down as a loss. And obviously, you know, still paint them up as a battalion. I've got the correct amount there for battalion, but when you're spending 30 quid on, you want to make sure that you've got the right thing then, so go back, and I'm not sure to do it if it's, you know, my mistake. I don't know whether they'd swap those for me, you know, might not be worth the postage, I'm not sure. I'll have to see about that. Well, that's not a good way to start off the parcels. FN95 looks like it might be what I'm looking for. Definitely need to go through all of that. Right, I'll open this up quickly now because we're running through... wasted a lot of time on those. noticed that there are a lot of Poles in the French Grande Armée. So I've got the Polish Vistula Legion. 24 hard plastic figures, and I think they've got the metal heads. And I think they're just Fusiliers, and the headgear seems to have been fairly consistent. Yeah, oh yeah, there's Grenadiers in the command stand, and then some 4 metal command figures, which are, I think that's a good price. I got this for 14 quid, you know, you're paying tenner for most of the plastics, it's ridiculous. Stuff you get on eBay is amazing these days, but you know, I'd happily pay 20 quid for that box, so £14 is a snap. And that will do my, it escapes me what the core is called, but I vaguely remember the commander's name. And this is the last parcel then. So yeah, I'll store those away for now, but assemble those up and they'll paint up quite nicely, I think. I really like the yellow facings. I'm not sure if they're all in those, or if there's different colours. That might have just been the Poles' sort of infantry uniform. Yeah, again, I'll just open that slightly off camera. It's really good to have a good box cutter. I believe these are the Cossacks. Aha! Aha! We have lots and lots of Cossacks on foot, Cossack horse holders. This is the commission from John. Seems to be a special edition figure. More Cossacks. I believe these are going to be for the Napoleonic period. One thing I've been meaning to ask John is whether he wants them painted with winter basing. Half pikes. I don't have pikes at the moment, so I'll have to. I believe John has already bought those. He might be sending them in a separate thing, but I can make a start on the musketeers. And the ones with pistols and knives are particularly nice. That's a jam-packed order.